You can't do that. Because you aren't here. Not anymore.
Hey everyone, ArchTalko here, welcoming you back to Xenoblade Chronicles. In the previous episode, we got through a ton of Central Factory. Really cool area, love the music, love the locales, don't quite love the enemies, but everybody else, oh, mwah, mwah, spicy Mario, as they say. Last time, we also went on a little scavenger hunt to make ourselves a bomb, because obviously this event demands it. Oh no, oh goodness gracious, Shulk, no! Oh, he was consumed by it. In his hubris, he accidentally blew himself up. That's why he's not appearing there. Oh, never, oh, thank God. Oh, I was so worried. They must have taken all of the Shulk pieces and taped them back together. That's the only way he came back, obviously. Okay, enough of that. Hi, this is my Kyle post on twitter.com. This area always annoys me, because you can jump over to it, right? You can hang out in it, but there's nothing there. I feel like it would have been the perfect area to put a little ether or harvest thing or something, like a collectible, anything, but it's empty and I always want to go on it and I can't get anything from it. Makes me a sad boy. But you know what doesn't make me a sad boy? I love the way that they cut away certain parts of this wall so you can peek out and see the surrounding Central Factory background and oh no, oh. Ah! Sorry, I don't know what overcame me. Just like I don't know what overcame Shulk. He gets so into that scream. Only rivaled by Roy and Smash Ultimate when he gets the Star KO. Good lord, that boy's on something else too, let me tell you. But anyway, welcome to the actual factory portion of Central Factory. Right, it took us, what, close to an hour to finally actually arrive here. But what a sight it is. I love this place. Or at least the way it looks, because hey, being able to see all the cool, crazy molten ether and the assembly lines for the mechon is really cool and all, but god, there's a million worsts, and it makes me a sad boy. Like, oh my god, bro. I'm just trying to look at the husks of your soon-to-be given life brethren, but who have not been yet given life brethren. I'm just gonna use this as an excuse to cut and recompose my English. Honestly, we're gonna be doing this a lot because this area is really cool, but there are a million boys here if you couldn't tell. So, yeah, I hope you like combat. Last video, we got to fight a couple unique come on, right on cue. Okay, give me one sec. Last video, we got to fight a lot of unique boys. Today, we have a lot of unique boys on top of a couple actual scripted enemy gauntlet sections, which are really neat. Man, I love the way that it actually catalogs and shows the different models of all the mechon types that we've come across up to this point. Really cool stuff. But actually, speaking of which, this is one of those enemy gauntlets, a surprise attack. Very akin to the stuff that we dealt with over in Sword Valley. I love this kind of stuff. I love this game's surprise quest system in general. It's really good stuff. Oh, hey, okay. While we're here, while we're all just kind of hanging out, chilling, maxing, relaxing, all cool, shooting some b-balls outside of our school, I should have given this disclaimer a couple videos ago, and I didn't, and I'm a fraud and a scam and a gosh dang hooligan for not saying it. But before you fight Gato over on Mechonis Field, if you have any unfinished business over in Sword Valley, and specifically if you haven't fought all the unique monsters over there, including Benevolent Aim, Defective Epos, Fate Level S, Kamikaze Bune, or Boon, Bun, Lightning Renove, Mischievous Niberius, Prudent Person, which is still such a good name, good lord, and Tranquil Morax. Because once you fight Gato, and more importantly, once you see the cutscene where Callian and the Bionis forces are all invading Sword Valley and inhabiting it, once they get on there, all means of access to Sword Valley are cut off. You will not be able to go back there. So, if you also need to get all the collectibles and stuff too, that is definitely the opportunity. Hey, Postcom me here. I also want to say that this also applies to Galahad Fortress, so if you haven't fought Glacier Akon, Glorious Jerome, and Precious Retrado, aw, my sweet baby boy, then definitely make sure you have fought them too before you fight Gato. Alright, back to actual combat. Ooh, also I got the Hecamonado in the queue. Please God, give me this. Yeah, let's go. Oh, this chain's not gonna be so juicy. Oh, enormous deeps. Enough for the boy? Come on. Well, okay, you know what? 52k, nothing to sneeze at. I'll definitely take it. But hear me out. It is rare we get into a battle that's long enough for us to hear the entire duration of mechanical rhythm. So, why don't we go ahead and jam out to the second half, which in my opinion is exponentially better than the first. Let's do this. I just love the way that the solo, the guitar solo in the second half is slightly altered. It just ticks all my feel-good boxes. Also, and AJ, were you just using that as an excuse to not have to talk so you could just focus on fighting because you couldn't figure out anything else to talk about during this very long, drawn-out fight? Yeah, I did actually. That was the entire plan. How long is this gonna go for? Please, Ricky, just end it all. I'm so beside this. I'm so over it. I got nothing. Oh, please. Oh, no, more spaghetti. Oh, Fiora, look, when I wanted you to end it all, I was asking you to actually end the life of my computer. I don't like how that keeps frying my computer. I know it's a huge explosive attack, and it's got a lot of effects and stuff, so it makes sense that it'd make it go all kablooey, but it's not like this has been an issue before recording Central Factory. This is like a Central Factory exclusive ordeal, but it's fine. We made it through. We are getting weapons out of our goddamn mines. Oh no, Vaponsei. Anything but the Vaponsei. Oh, say it's not so. Might have to do a little bit of inventory management off screen, but hey. You see me complaining? Absolutely not. It just means more free money for myself. A little bit of moolah never hurt nobody. Ooh! Just like a little bit of blood oil. Just a nice, quaint bucket of blood oil. Never hurt nobody either. I've been waiting to talk about this. I don't know if we picked up one up beforehand. We probably have, but perfect segue into addressing it now. Blood oil, very interesting collectible. The description is something along the lines of, it's a red liquid that's similar to blood that runs through mechon veins. And there's a lot to unpack there. First off, I feel like the knee-jerk reaction when you hear this description is, oh, we found a sample of the red liquid that's flowing through the faced mechon specifically, because I think it's all but confirmed that it's blood that protects the face mechon from the monadodes. The fluids of Ahams is what powers the face mechon and protects it from the monado back before the shackles were released. But here's my thing. It says that blood oil is a red liquid reminiscent of blood, but not blood itself. So is it the same liquid in face mechon, or is it just a liquid that that regular mechon use that is still kind of reminiscent of blood? Like there's this parallel between mechon and the organic life of Bionis. Oh man. This central barrier thing is the last thing standing in between us and the city transporter. So now all we gotta do is find a way to bring it down. But with the blood oil thing, the second part says that the blood oil runs through mechon veins. My thinking is, with it being mechon veins, is this meant to imply that regular mechon also have like a similar structure internally as a human or a Hams in this case with veins? Because I mean, normally like regular machinery would not need veins to deliver electricity and power throughout them. Maybe little veins for oil and stuff. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let me take care of these boys real quick and then we will pick up this thought. Believe me, I've got a lot to say about it. Oh god, I have so many. Okay. We're gonna put a feather on it real quick. We're getting so many. I'm not even gonna sell stuff off. I'm just gonna trash a whole bunch of dupes. It's gonna cost me a little bit of money to not sell them off, but honestly, I think it's gonna be worth it for the peace of mind. Also, wow, we have so many drivers for Ryan, that's insane. Hey, check this out. I installed this brand new mod where I can discard one item and it'll discard dozens at the same time. Oh, this is insane. Oh, bro, check this out. Oh my God, that was insane. You didn't even get to see, but I deleted like 24 weapons in one single click. Just believe me, I totally did it, bro. Don't even fret. I ain't even playing you. That's what happened. I like that the blood oil description is pretty open because it's totally possible that it is just meant to be a reference to the liquid that's inside the face mechon, which would make a lot of sense because we do fight the face mechon, especially in the face maintenance bay. We have 3 Zords, basically. Although they're not really that prevalent. The face maintenance bay is the only place where we see them. Although, that said too, you may remember this location. We've seen this place before. It's actually the area, I was just complaining about this last video. This is the area Egil was at, the regeneration control area, which is so cool that it has its own landmark, where Egil was physically deleting the memories from Gatto. Really cool. I love that, even these weird throwaway locations that normally you wouldn't think you'd actually get to explore, right? At first glance, you would have thought that that area that Egil was in was just some generic anime villain lair where he was doing the maintenance on the face mechon. But the reality is that every single place in Xenoblade is physically present in the world for us to run into and to explore. And that, to me, is so heckin' neato. Also, give me 1 second. These Think Boys, very annoying. Although they actually drop advanced frames, which we'll need for a future quest, so it is going to be kind of nice for us to fight these. And there's so many of them, and there's no real way for me to solve. Okay, give me another second. God, I want to have coherent thoughts, but I can't. That's illegal. No thank you, says Shulk Xenoblade. Oh, hey, speak of the devil. Bro, Charlie, you don't even gotta tell me. We need 3 of them for a gun that Kazat's making. I am on top of this. Oh, yeah. For a nuke. Oh, bro. Oh, I know a Kazat or 2 when I see them. But bottom line, I'm just gonna put a bow on this blood oil thought. I think it's really cool. I feel like it's left open intentionally so that you can interpret it a few different ways. My personal interpretation is that it's oil that is reminiscent of blood that the mechon themselves use, not the face mechon, but just the regular mechon. And I think it's cool because it kind of opens this question of like, how many parallels are there between mechon and regular life forms of Bionis? Are they more sentient than we're led to believe? Are they more than just faceless weapons? Maybe, maybe not. Although what I do know is that this boy is heckin' dead. Get him out of here. His mother, a harlot. His father, a hussy. Cool! So that button that we pressed is what we needed to find in order to get to the very end of the area, but there's a couple more places we can go to before we reach the very end. So without further ado, I'm gonna meet you back by the face maintenance area. Alrighty, so I could've just used the landmark, but I felt like running back here because there were a couple, oh God. Can I stealth again? Nope, give me 1 second. This really is the mood with Central Factory. Because at least with Mechonis Field, there are so many side routes and climbable walls that even if you're underleveled and you keep getting aggroed by enemies, you can easily run away from them and end the fights immediately. Factory doesn't really give you the option, which is kind of unfortunate, right? But more importantly than begrudging all these heckin' aggro boys, check this out. Oh wait, there we go. Majestic Mordred, level 70 fortress unit. This boy be chonkin'. And we are going to fight him right here now. Although, okay, I'm just gonna get. Okay, you know what? This is fine actually. This will give us some more party gauge. Give me 1 sec. We'll go ahead and bop this boy. Alrighty. Yeah, that's nice. I got like a full gauge of party gauge. Actually, if I were smarter, I would grab some more, but I don't feel like doing it. What I am gonna do, we are gonna go all ether. So we're gonna rock Melia, Charla, Ricky. Obviously, we're gonna play as Melia because why wouldn't we if we ever in the team? And I'm gonna unveil, well, actually, I can't remember if I've actually shown this or not. But first off, let's go ahead and let's get Charla all kitted out for pure healing. Not even gonna worry about like dry boost and big deeps. All I want, yeah, we're not gonna be able to break it. The fortress units are immune to toppling. That's gonna be useless. We'll keep Headshot on just so she can have some deeps. But Cure Bullet and Cure Round are gonna be really useful. I recommend you have at least one, maybe both. I'm actually just, if I want, because it'll do less no, I'm gonna go round. I'm gonna go round, but I'd rather have just more healing with the shield and also with the heal counter. So that's what we're gonna rock. All right, Ricky's basically good to go. Now Melia. Melia can be an amazing healer if you give her the proper tools for it. So Summon Aqua, Healing Gift are gonna be pretty crucial for this, IMO. And then, what am I missing here? Oh, for Reflection. Reflection is the other huge one. Reflection, honestly, is kind of the make it or break it art that will allow us to fight this fortress unit so underleveled and without proper gems and equipment and all the fun stuff. So, wow, I can't believe I went this long without putting any AP in Reflection. Reflection's actually amazing on Melia. I just don't really use it that much, huh? Also, I can't believe I went this long without putting more into Flare. How long have I had it up to level 8 or level 7? Whatever. Good lord. I just have so much AP on Melee. I might as well spend it, right? Just pump her full of the juice, if you know what I'm saying. Mama. So now that our preparation is complete, all we do is we wait up here on this balcony, we wait for Mordred to get a little bit more centered on this balcony. If Mordred is too far over to the left-hand side, the AI will actually run down and fight him on the ground, and that is not great. Great? Now, he will always open with Mega Flamethrower. Put Reflection on Melia frame 1, and at least she won't have to deal with it, and she'll reflect it back onto Mordred, which Reflection will also reflect all debuffs that an attack would inflict. And there are 2 attacks that we're really looking out for. We actually, for a lot of this fight, we actually will want aggro on Melia. She can tank at least like 2 hits in a row, and between, I was a little late on the draw with that. Between Charlotte and Ricky both having healing stuff, they can usually keep Melia pretty alive. And if Ricky or Charlotte do get the aggro and then start getting beat down a little bit, that's why we have Summon Aqua paired with Healing Gift in order to top them back up. So really the main goal is that with all 3 of us having big healing capabilities, it is going to be very hard for us to die. Don't pay attention to the fact that I already let Charlotte die once. It never happened. It wasn't. I totally just wasn't laying on the draw with Healing Gift. It was out of my hand. It was out of my control. But then once we get set up with that, basically we have Reflection on cooldown. I think it's every 22, 24 seconds or so, which will give us just enough time, especially if we can get a Paralyze from Ricky off, where we're really only gonna have to deal with Mordred's arts. Black Matter is ether based, so you can't really use Dunban or Fiora to evade tank it. It inflicts defense down, which is super annoying, but it does a lot of damage. So if we can reflect it back onto Mordred, Mordred will end up getting the debuffs and the big damage on him instead, and it'll make a huge difference. So okay, we got the burst down already off. We have some Aqua's going down. So what I love about the Aqua too, you just set up like 1 or 2, and then you use the rest of Melia's elemental orb slots to actually inflict the damage. And throughout the entirety of the fight, we get still a pretty steady trickle of healing. Ricky and Charlotte weren't able to keep up with the deeps from Mordred. That's fine though. Thankfully, we're getting just enough party gauge to not have to fret too much. But here's the issue. Once we get down to 30% HP, this is when things get serious. Mordred goes into a crazed aura. He inflicts, I think, 50% more damage and gets haste. Yeah, that's the haste icon. So this is when you really need to burst Mordred down, or you will rue the day. But honestly, this is going great. This is going amazing, and I think we have it in the bag. Please God, don't jinx it. Titan Laser not looking great, but honestly, I'm not scared. I'll hang out right next to Ricky, because if this even goes through, but we might not even have to worry about. Oh, wait. Might actually be able to burst him down. If not, we could just reflect the. Didn't even need to, but we could have just reflected the laser, should we needed to. That was clean. Sure, I died, like, there were like 3 deaths or whatever, but that was clean. And that was so sad. Honestly, I went from despising the fortress units to, now that I know the meta that is healer Melia with Ricky and Charlotte, I kind of really enjoy fighting them. It is fun to steal the aggro from the party member and then use reflect to reflect the arts back onto the boys. What a fun fight. God, what a fun fight. Also, I never got to talk about Mordred as a boy, as an Arthurian boy. Mordred is the benefacto Arthurian antagonist. Mordred was Arthur's, I think some sources cite Mordred as Arthur's cousin, or not cousin, nephew. Some cite him as Arthur's illegitimate son. In either case, Mordred was one of the big catalysts for when Lancelot cheated on Guinevere. Mordred was one of the main boys, along with Agra, whatever his name is, to spread the word and cause the wedge between Arthur and Lancelot to go down in the first place. And ultimately, Mordred was the one who led the charge to try to topple the kingdom and kill Arthur. Also, this area, don't be like me and worry about it. We'll have access to it in due time. For now, we won't be able to go over there, but we'll have access to it at a later point. You can just keep it in the back of your mind for later. All right, but more importantly, to top off the whole Mordred discussion, Mordred's ending, his showdown with Arthur, has always stuck out in my mind as one of the most anime things I've ever read. And this is like, what, 10th, 11th, 12th century English literature. But the version I read, the way that I experienced them showing down for the first time, is Mordred charges down Arthur. Arthur impales him with a spear. Mordred then, while impaled by the spear, pushes himself into the spear further to get closer to Arthur within striking distance to lop Arthur's head off in one swing with his sword. And then the two die standing upright, impaled by one another. Like, that's so fucking anime. It's incredible. Heckin' 10-year-old me reading through that was beside himself, both in tears because I loved Arthur, but also because, like, oh my god. Actually insane. Also saying is hi. Not gonna lie, we walked in here. I forgot that these boys ambush us. We have another scripted enemy gauntlet encounter, and it's honestly kind of a fun one, kind of satisfying. This would have been the perfect opportunity for me to whip out Dunban. Hindsight's 2020, I guess, but it's fine. We'll make do with the greatest thing known to mankind. Because the thing is, with Melly, Ricky, and Charlotte all healing, we're basically invincible. I think I already said, I'm probably sounding like a broken record, but I cannot stress enough how nigh impossible it is for us to actually lose. Sure, maybe one, especially Charlotte, might accidentally get slayed and bursted down if she gets too much aggro from healing all at once, but so, especially when you put Happy on Ricky, which, by the way, actually, now that, in retrospect, I feel like part of the reason why we were able to deal with the couple deaths that Mordred did to us was probably because Ricky was spamming Happy and was always just barely giving us enough party gauge to properly revive boys. So in reality, Ricky was kind of the real MVP throughout that. Wow, yeah, I guess he kind of was, but hey, especially when you have Happy and you're getting that guaranteed trickle of party gauge, it is so hard to die with this team. And so if you're playing through, and if you are genuinely struggling, especially if you're underleveled, if you're trying to just spam story quests as opposed to doing the side quests and stuff, rock this team. They're ether based, so you're not gonna have to have as many worries with evading attacks, especially if you link the skill that improves your accuracy at night. All in all, it's just a really solid team. Ether's busted. We done knew that, right? But to see it in practice is, at least for me, super fun. Oh, you know, let's get one more. Let's get one more. The electric orb. Oh man, this boy ain't gonna know what hit him. Give me the. Thank you, Jesus Christ. Sometimes I don't know why we have to wait so long to get a chain attack. Like, I always think that it's because someone's locked up in an attacks animation, but I feel like half the time that's not the issue. So I'd like to do some research on what exactly it is that causes the chain attack icon to get locked out for a second.
Millie was real big sister.
Oh, but what about Charla?
Charla more like mama. One mama enough.
Now you wait just a minute.
Oh, Charlotte's not having it. Ricky just calling her old. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it to pieces. Also very fitting. I'm literally recording this the day before Mother's Day too. Hopefully I can get this out on Mother's Day. That'd be insane. But that lift we saw, that is where we need to go to complete Central Factory, but we still have just a little bit left for us. First and foremost, we come over here, get a couple of collectibles, which is pretty high. More blood oil, big lord discussion, oh hell yeah. But more importantly, another huge ambush. I always forget where the flag is, and it always throws me off guard, even when I know they're coming. But balanced Palamedes, as far as I'm aware, Palamedes isn't based off anyone. I think he's just a lesser demon of Solomon. Oh, you know what? I should have changed off Melly. We've been using her a lot. Well, that one's fine. A little bit of extra Melly that never hurt nobody. That's what I always say, at least. God, these boys are getting melted. Ah, this team is so good. Alright, so we're about to get the elemental burst. Pretty hype. Do I go for burst end or just deeps? Honestly, I'm kind of just feeling the deeps. The blaze? Oh man. I will say Plomides actually is doing a lot of damage. Especially, they have that nitroglycerin effect, which gives them haste, and actually warrants, if you have Shulk in your party, Monado Eater is really handy. For a lot of these unique monster fights over here in Central Factory, and even Mechonis Field, a lot of the unique Mechon have abilities or ores that give them haste. So being able to use Eater to take that away from them actually does severely hamper them. Plus, you inflict bleed. Plus, it's ether-based. So I just in general, man, I think Eater is genuinely slept on. Very, very underrepresented. Underrepresented, is that the word? Underutilized from boys. I think it's good art. Literally the only thing that holds it back is the slower wind up on it. Like admittedly that is kind of a big issue, and also it's hard to warrant using Eater when you could just be using it on stuff like armor or even speed. You can make a case that like speed enchant, which just gives a flat damage buff, could be more useful, but I just really like Eater. Always have, always will. Oh, that crit for 11k?
Maybe we should stop here for a while. I prepared myself for the worst.
Not a full dialogue between the three, but still cute, man. Man, it still blows my mind how this game from 2010 has more thought and care and flexibility with all the different ways that the party members interact with one another, both in combat and out, than literally any game that's come out since. It's so good, dude. Oh, god, thanks, sonars. Anyway, last order of business before, wow, I never actually came here to get the location. Last order of business, if we come back to the central lift, right outside the main central area where we were using the bomb to blow up the vent and all fun stuff. If we write the vent down, in my opinion, this is the coolest little area in Central Factory. Not for aesthetics, but because that's right, it's a little platforming segment. Such a cool little hidden area. Oh, I love this to pieces. And there is going to be a boy waiting for us. So it's very much worth our time to come over here. Although, unfortunately, it doesn't actually... I was hoping I wouldn't. All right, give me one sec. Oh, I'm prepared, Dumban. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't think this place ends up counting as a secret area, so we don't get big SP gains for coming here, but it's all good. It's all about the satisfaction of it anyway, obviously. So we have branch path here, we could go down, but the thing that waits for us is up above. And what I love too is that this area is one of the most high up locations here in Central Factory. So if you want a really good view of the place, this is where you do it from. Just look at it all, dude. But by coming up here, we get the Roof Battle Surprise Quest, Venerable Folklore, which is such a god tier name. Folklore? Come on, bro. Kind of fitting that we're talking about all these folk tales, and now we kind of cap off all the unique monsters with a boy named Folklore. Haha, nice. Although unfortunately this boy is not Arthurian by nature. He is one of the... Oh, he's a Solomon Demon. Also, he has a topple spike. Oh god, he has a topple spike. Oh no, wait, Ricky. Don't topple, bind. Of course, the one time I done with the topple, the one time the 30% chance of getting the topple actually plays out is the one time I don't want it to. Good lord. Hell yeah. Oh, what? That didn't count as a perfect... God, the 60 FPS mod makes perfect affinity prompts so much harder. And so it makes them more satisfying to hit, but also I'm missing out on a lot of affinity I normally would have been getting playing in 30 FPS. God dang it. It's fine. It's whatever. I've inflicted this on myself for the sake of a frame rate, so I gotta live with my full life consequences. Oh, Charlotte, I should have put you in third. So we could have had the ×3 headshot. Yeah, that could have been so much more. Ah, well. Ooh. Well, if we could do a full rotation. Oh, wait, we wouldn't be able to anyway. Oh, that sucks. Well, while we're fighting Folklore, one thing I'd like to draw your attention to is Galahad, because I know for a fact I said that Galahad was one of the Arthurian knights. I know for a fact I said it, but we didn't actually go into who Galahad was. And I really like Galahad. Galahad is the same as Gawain, where he's just a sweetheart. He's a super wholesome boy. And he came from a crazy background to still be so good and wholesome, because he was Lancelot's son. Not only Lancelot's son, but Lancelot's bastard son, illegitimate son. And okay, fun story. Here's how much of a scumbag Lancelot was, right? While Lancelot was cheating, well, not cheating on Guinevere, but while he was boinging it up with Guinevere, seducing her over, making her cheat on, well, not making her cheat on Arthur with him, because I mean, Guinevere was guilty of it too, but still was the catalyst for Guinevere crossing sides and becoming big sus lord. Another lady crossed Lancelot's attention. He like kind of looked like Guinevere, and he was like, oh, they have like blonde hair, so they must be the same person. So he ends up boinging her up, her name being Elaine of Corbinac, I think was the full title, Elaine of Corbinac. Ends up boinging her up because he mistakes her for Guinevere, and then when he realizes they're not the one, and then he gets her pregnant. When Galahad was born, Lancelot named Galahad because Galahad was Lancelot's original Christian name, and Lancelot thought it was super lame and dumb, so he changed it to Lancelot, because like, come on, who wouldn't? And so then he gave his lame nerd name to his bastard son. Who does that? Lancelot, what the hell, dude? Come on. Anyway, Arthurian lore is so fun, dude. It's so fucking fun. If you have some spare time, just do yourself a favor, treat yourself, get a little bottle of wine, look some of it up. It's a treat, dude. Anyway, something I want to show off real quick. There's nothing else for us over in the secret area. If we come down to the bottom floor where the path diverged and we could go up or down, this is the bottom part. All that is waiting for us here is Nether gear. So, I mean, hey, it's earth crystals if you need them for whatever reason, but that's about it. And so, with all that taken care of, back at the central area, we finally ride up. Ooh, actually, this might actually be the highest point. I think this is higher than the training roof. But this is the teleporter to the capital city, Agnirtha. We've arrived. And so, boys, anyway, that is gonna be it for the day. Thank you all so much for watching me play. Next time on Xenoblade Chronicles, we see what awaits us on the other side of this transporter, and for what secrets lie within the capital city of Mechonis. Will we find the central driving force that's been spurring on the conflict in this world for decades now at this point? Or will we find the big old plate of spaghetti? Only one way to find out, gentlemen.